Hello guys, and welcome back to Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment Part 15. We've just spoke to Miss Margaret White, and it seems that Mr. Holmes believes that one person is lying. But who?
Materials for college study. They belong to Albert. A book about ships. Nothing at all to do with plants. These leather gloves are new and of good quality. They do not appear to have been used. This place serves as Albert's office.
So I won't exactly do that. But
Locked.
locked. Okay, so let's go back inside and see what else we can cover up. Will you bloody move out the way, Watson?
These flower pots are beautiful. They are intended to be used for exhibition purposes. The symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
Right. Yes, I'm going the right way. Let's see if it can help.
Do you hold the keys to all of these locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
What a nice man. Let's speak to this tosser again.
What is your opinion of Albert as a student of botany?
Useless. I often tell him so, and I can only give him cleaning tasks. Botany is not his life's work, and his father well knew it. He was furious about it.
He was?
Oh yes, he forced his son to work here, and he never missed an opportunity to criticize him publicly.
Are you able to elaborate on that?
Well, for example, with our last exhibition here, Mr. Dunn had Albert make a presentation speech. But then, while the lad was speaking, Mr. Dunn interrupted him, asking him difficult questions, making him look like a failure. It was with the intention of making a fool of him, Mr. Holmes.
That must have been terribly humiliating.
Yes, he was crushed, and he had to leave. Everybody was making fun of poor Albert. That is, except for Miss Margaret White, who was such a nice lady and who always takes pity on Albert.
You mentioned a Miss White. Would you tell us more about her?
She is a student who works here part-time. She is quite charming indeed. She possesses a great talent for botany. You should take a look at some of her experiments that she carried out in the laboratory. Ah, if only she were not so naive.
Why naive?
The way she used to flutter around Mr. Montague Dunn. And why, he couldn't help but be flattered by all her attention. How could an intelligent woman such as Miss White not see through his game? I can only scratch my head and wonder.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Right. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Letter of complaint.
I suggest that we don't tell Miss Margaret White about this document. Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
Okay.
Champagne. Montague Dunn had good taste. French wine. A remarkable vintage. Locked.
Not anymore. Oh, look.
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory.
Gold dust? Good heavens. What's it doing here?
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around. Several drops of the substance were spilled. The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need a good nose.
This is a job for Toby.
A botany book. This student's book belongs to Albert. Chemicals. A sufficient quantity for some serious experiments.
A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory.
In your days, mate. There we go.
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants do respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
Study report. This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes.
Cheeky bastard. Oh, sorry guys, I keep getting distracted. Right, okay. Oh. Let's see if there's anything here.
It appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here.
God, they look creepy. You could go trick-or-treating in them for Halloween.
Such masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic chemicals. Gloves, waterproof aprons, everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
Right.
Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory.
Right. So I'll head back inside and get into the cloakroom.
Locked. It does not matter. We will open it. Open.
Right, let's
Miss White's locker.
Miss White's locker.
These jewels must be worth a small fortune. Apparently, Miss White is a capable student. A draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents. A vanity purse. It is of high quality. Apparently, Miss...
So that unravels new clues.
Martin Hamish's locker. A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces. Martin Hamish studied chemistry. Interesting. Father and I, Kew Gardens. Albert's locker. A picture of Miss White and Albert in front of the University of London.
And they seem to get along.
Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea. A rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
Right, now we go and get Toby.
Come on, Toby. We have some work for you to do. Let us go to Kew Gardens. Let us take Toby to the laboratory. He will pick up the scent of this mysterious substance. Search, Toby. Search.
Go on, Toby, do your stuff, mate. Oh.
Congratulations, Toby. Now let us see what you have found. This is the bottle that was used in the laboratory. It was buried here. There is still some liquid remaining in the bottle, with gold flakes. A tiny caterpillar. Not surprising to see one in a garden, but at the bottom of a bottle.
Strange. But for now, we will visit the nursery.
Locked. These young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the nursery.
Why, Watson just ran in then. Wait for me, Holmes. I'm with this on you. Bleh. I'm with you on this too, you know.
A thesis written by Martin Hamish.
Ooh.
A thesis. A glasses case. It is empty. This area serves as Martin Hamish's office.
There we go.
This poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing, but it had nothing to do with Kew Gardens. This certificate belongs to Martin Hamish. He won a horticultural competition.
Splendid.
An award presented to Martin Hamish for Best Grower of the Year.
Ooh.
A master's degree diploma. It belongs to Martin Hamish.
Very clever.
The seeds of plant species are stored here. Locked.
Right, back to Baker Street. Ooh, Christ, that's a lot. Plants, but not to me.
Here it is.
Brilliant.
Here it is.
The Divine Syndicate is not a supplier to Kew Gardens. Besides, there is no address here.
Here it is. Here it is.
Lovely.
And here is the Divine Syndicate's address. Perfect. It is time to find out what they have against Montague Dunham.
Right.
Let us determine just what we have found here. Let us pour liquid from the bottle into a test tube to perform an analysis. A colorless, water-based liquid. Quite a strong floral aroma.
Holmes? What are you doing?
It has a bitter taste.
What if it's poisonous?
Did you ever see poison stored in enormous jars like that? Anyway, there is a doctor nearby.
So, what do you think it is?
Clever
It
person.
is some kind of organic compound. Let us vaporize the liquid and see what happens.
Oh, no.
Small colorless crystals. Colorless, tiny crystals that are soluble in water, with a floral smell and a bitter taste. Watson, could you pass me that small bottle, please?
Of course. Here you are. Holmes, do you know what it is?
Wagner's reagent. There was a label on the bottle that you passed to me.
No, Holmes, I meant the bottle that we found.
Let me add the reagent and see if there is any sediment, and then I shall tell you.
Ooh.
Red sediment, just as I suspected. This liquid is of organic origin. It contains some alkaloid. Most likely it is unstable, and that is why there is a quantity of gold dust to prevent contamination. This mixture is probably a fertilizer. Someone was carrying out unusual experiments in the garden's laboratory.
Ooh. That is interesting. But I'm going to wrap up part 15 for you here, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching this video, and as always, if you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. I will be back with part 16 real soon. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. Thank you.